Hello, my friends. I'm super excited to bring this tapping session to you today, which is align to the universe. And it's a very special topic for me because there was definitely a time in my life when I was way out of alignment with the universe. I didn't even know what the universe was or even that it even existed. I was in a constant state of reactivity, victimhood, blame, shame, and it would spiral on and on. And the way that that showed up in my life at that time was because I was out of sync with the universe, I was out of sync with myself. And so I would do things that would actually sabotage myself. I would eat the wrong types of foods. I would use drugs. I would hang out with people that were also out of alignment because I didn't have a gauge for what alignment was. And so as a result of all of that, my life would continue to spiral out of control. And I was constantly in a state of panic. I would have anxiety attacks, and I was always very confused and overwhelmed. And you can imagine all of that layered in with like drug taking and alcohol, and life was pretty messy. So what often happens when someone learns about aligning themselves to the universe is it either happens through grace, where perhaps it's introduced to you, or you're fortunate enough to grow up in a family that has some type of understanding about the divine and going with the flow. But most of us, myself included, I was learning through surrender. And it got to a point in my life where I was living on the floor of a friend's apartment in a small town in Sydney. And I was surrounded by a lot of chaos. There were people outside my bedroom window that were taking drugs, and there was all sorts of drama happening below the window. And I remember one night there was a gunshot, and I woke up in the middle of the night very scared, and I was already suffering with anxiety at that time, and it just kind of peaked it. And I realized in that moment that I had to just really surrender because I didn't know what else to do. And there was a prayer that came through that was to the universe, to God, to something to help me, to protect me, to help improve my life. And from that point onwards, I started to notice shifts. And every time I just kind of let go of the struggle and surrendered to nothingness, surrendered to the uncertainty, there would be this new level of alignment that would enter my life and more clarity. And every part of clarity that got added to my consciousness as a whole started to direct my decisions, started to direct the things that I was doing in my life. And I started to make really big changes. And that's what I'm here to share today, which is aligning to the universe so that you can hear very clearly what your next step is, what you need to do, what you need to let go of, so that you can really move forward. And so when we align to the universe, all of that can flood in. All right. So there's my little preamble about why I love this topic. I'm sure that you have something that's happening in your life right now that could do with a little bit more alignment to the universe. So let's just take a moment and just really be here with me for the next 15 or so minutes. And I'm going to take you on a journey to release all of that drama, all of that struggle, so that you can have a clarity and an alignment to guide your life. Okay, so if you haven't done tapping before, just follow along with me, tap on the points, repeat what I say, change the word if it doesn't fit, and let's dive in. Massaging underneath the collarbone right here. And just take a moment, close your eyes, and tune into what is out of alignment in your life. And the way you know if you're out of alignment is if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling overwhelmed, because that is all out of alignment. So tune into anything that is really troubling you right now. And then tapping the center of the chest and repeating after me. Even though I'm struggling with my alignment here. Tapping between the brows, I'm struggling with my alignment. Tapping the temples, I'm really finding it hard with, and tell me what area of your life you're struggling with. Go on a little rant. Tell me what's going on. Tapping the cheeks. And it's understandable. I feel really scared about this. Tapping underneath the nose. I've been struggling with, and tell me what you've been struggling with. And it's making me feel overwhelmed. Tapping underneath the lips, it's been making me feel what? What's the most intense emotion that comes up when there's a struggle there? Tapping the center of the chest, and it's understandable I feel lost. It's understandable I'm not trusting. It's understandable I'm scared. I'm really afraid of. What are you afraid of happening? Tapping the front of the ribs. And this fear is holding my energy back. Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm really scared about. Tell me what you're really scared about. And when that fear is really set in, when it's really activated, what happens in your life? Do you shut down? Do you get triggered? Do you get defensive? Do you get protective? Do you feel like a victim? What happens when all of that fear around that comes up? It makes me, tell me what it makes you do. Tapping the side of the wrist. And when that makes you do that or feel that, and when that creates that drama for you, what happens next? Because drama creates more drama, right? Which creates more disconnection, which creates more fear. It just continues to spiral and it can get out of hand. So what happens next when you do that? I'm just going a little rant about what that leads you to. Tapping the side of the thumb. And I feel really out of alignment when that happens. Tapping the next finger. I feel really disconnected to the universe when that happens. Tapping the middle finger. I feel disconnected from my own life force. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. That's when I'm really scared. Tapping the little finger, and I forgive myself for being scared. Tapping the side of the hand. So tune into that fear that comes up for you, that panic, that disconnection. Just tune into that right now and just feel what that feels like in your body when it's right there. Feel the texture of it. Is it heavy? Is it prickly? Is it festering or oozing? Feel what it feels like energetically. And where is it in your body? Feel all that disconnection, all of that static, all of that fear. Feel it all right now. And then intensify all of that uncomfortability by 50%. Really let it be so uncomfortable that it's about to burst. Really go there. Intensify it by 100% now. Like just really get on the edge. Let it be so uncomfortable. And then take a big deep breath and release a big sigh. Good, you're doing good. Tapping the top of the head. I forgive myself. It's possible I'm still worthy of love. Tapping between the brows. I forgive myself for, just tell me what has been happening. Tapping the temples. I'm still a good human being. Tapping the cheeks. I'm still worthy of love. And I'm worthy of my own care here. So just imagine right now that you are holding a baby child in your arms and that you're looking down at that baby child with all of your love right now. And just imagine beaming all of that love into that baby child in your arms that might be crying or scared. And just feel all of your love that you have for that baby child. Feel it touch deeply, really intensify how good that loving feeling is. And take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Tapping underneath the nose, I love and forgive myself. And I'm worthy of this love. And I'm taking time to love the fear now. Tapping underneath the lips. Tune into any part of you that's been panicking, any part of you that's felt helpless, any part of you that's lost trust. And just send a big wave of empathy right there. Feel all of the empathy of your love coming in and touching all of that static. Tapping the center of the chest and just feel all of that empathy now healing like a solvent onto the wound, softening all of that static, all of that hardness, all of that tension. Feel all that empathy just melting in right there. And take a long, deep breath, release a big sigh. I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. Tapping the front of the ribs, even with all of this friction. I'm holding on to this friction because I think it's helping me. So often what happens is we hold on to the tension, we hold on to the protection, we hold on to the defense because we think it's helping us. But is it really helping you to step into that rising energy of clarity? Is it really helping you to expand your capacity to hold space for yourself and the world around you? Is it really helping you to hold on to all that static? Or is it actually shrinking your world and your possibilities and your potential? Tapping the side of the ribs. It's possible all this fighting and friction isn't helping me. Tapping the side of the wrist. This friction is not helping me. Tapping the side of the thumb. It's possible if I let go of the friction, I'll feel more alignment. It's possible if I let go of the friction, I'll feel more connected. Tapping the middle finger, I'll feel more clear. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. It's possible if I let go of the friction, I'll have more clarity. And that's what I really want. I want clarity in my life. Tapping the little finger. I want to be free and aligned. Tapping the side of the hand. I want to trust my inner guidance. Tapping the top of the head. I want to know what steps to take. Tapping between the brows. I want to trust myself and the universe. Tapping the temples. And I'm open to letting go of the friction. Tapping the cheeks. So perhaps I can see. Tapping underneath the nose. So perhaps I can hear my own clarity. Tapping underneath the lips. So perhaps I can align to the divine. That's what I'm ready for. And all of this fear and panic isn't helping. Tapping the center of the chest. So I'm ready to let it go now. I'm ready to trust myself and the universe. Because there is a power deep inside me, ready to be woken up. There is an alignment so profound that it's connected to the whole universe. You ready to let go of that friction on the surface so that you can dive deeper into your being, into the infinite ocean of your being, the infinite capacity that is there underneath the surface of that friction? To drop so deep into your being that you know you are connected to all things and that you are on track with the ultimate intelligence of the universe. So in order to do that, we have to let go of that little bit of friction on the surface. Sometimes it feels like a lot of friction. But if we compared the friction you're experiencing to the fullness of your being, it's just so minor. So let's tune into whatever remaining friction, confusion, exhaustion, debate, conflict, resistance. And feel it all now. Feel all of that tension, all of that friction, that final hurrah of all of it holding on. Let yourself hold as much as you need right now. Hold it so closely, so tightly, like you don't want to let it go and that you need it and you're never going to let it go. Feel all of that holding, all of that protection, all of that defense, all of that proving, all of that energy. Let it be so tight in your being that no one will ever make you let it go. Feel it so deep right now, and then take a long, deep, spacious breath into it and release a big sigh. Oh gosh, that was big, wasn't it? Should we do one more big deep breath? Breathe into any final contraction, any final hiding, any final I can't fully let the life force of the universe in right now. Feel into any final resistance that's right there. Lean into it. Take a deep breath right there. Awesome. Beautiful. Now tap the front of the ribs. I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. And I'm moving into a deep place of rest now. Tapping the side of the ribs, I'm leaning into a deep place of rest and ease. And feel what that feels like to just relax into everything right now. Feel what it feels like to just rest into it all. Feel that rest. Feel it all resting right there. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Doesn't that feel good to rest? To allow everything to rest, tapping the side of the thumb. Feel that rest in your being. Feel everything settling, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just letting it all relax back into itself. Feel everything relaxing, surrendering, finding home. Take a deep breath in, release a big sigh. Beautiful, you're doing so good. Tap all over your body and tune into whatever's been happening in your life as you gently tap all over your body, any areas that want extra attention. And as you tap all over your body, I want you to tune into any area that has been overwhelming you. Tune into that right now and feel that place in your life just finding deep rest. Feel it resting right now. Feel it just going back to home. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. And then bringing one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Really feel the energy in your hands as you just hold your body and your whole nervous system right here. We're bringing love to the heart center. We're bringing love to our solar plexus where we find our willpower and our inner power of strength. And feel that love just resting into these areas of your body. And as you find that settling energy, every vibrating particle of your body, every proton, every atom, finding deep rest, feeling this alignment coming through the center of your body. And gently place your hand open at the root and a half prayer at your heart. Then gently roll your shoulders back and down, feeling the alignment of your spine and the opening of your heart there. And then feel that connect up to the third eye. And then feel the crown open up. As you hold this space right now, feeling that alignment, this is the alignment of your body temple, which is the facilitator of all consciousness. And as we align this system, we align with the greater universe. As we align our energetic system, we align our connection to the greater whole. We become the sacred geometry that's connected to the larger geometry of the universe. So in this space of alignment, take a long deep breath from the root all the way up to the third eye. Hold the breath for a moment. Feel it held in the heart center for a moment. And then on the exhale, let it come all the way up and out. Taking a moment to tune into any questions that you may have. Any questions about your life, guidance, truth that you are seeking. And just put the question into the field right now. And then as that question is placed in the field, feel the answer just gently coming back. What is the gentle answer right there? And Feeling that sink into your being, receiving that answer from this alignment with yourself and the greater universe. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful tapping session with me to really align yourself to the universe, to move into that deeper place of trust. You can use this tapping session on any area of your life that you may be struggling with, and I invite you to come back and do it as many times as you need. I'm super grateful for you sharing this with me, and I look forward to sharing more in the future. All my love.